I didn't hear you. Welcome to this evening. We have a very unique and special evening this evening. Hello, please come in. You shall be named the Quizmaster today. Yes, Quizmaster. Mr. Quizmaster, before we begin, find paper in here and just, find paper. Thank you. Online, you can hear me, everything okay? Yes, perfect.
Yes, everything.
Great. Great, Masters. Very happy to see you and hear you. What's the number of today's meeting? 321. Oh, the person that wrote the agenda knows the number of the meeting. 321. And today we have a very unique format. We have an valuation workshop. There's not many of us. So this is a great opportunity to learn. It's a perfect classroom. Yeah. I hope you are all excited. But before we begin, I would like to share a couple of words about our club and what we do here. First and foremost, this is a place where you learn by doing. We practice our public speaking skills, our communication skills, and some people even come here to practice their English as well. So you can practice foreign languages here as well. I see we have one new person in the audience. Hi, let's applaud the newcomer. We have a tradition at our club that we'd like to invite you to the stage to share a couple of words about yourself. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Dan.
And tell me a little bit about you. What do you expect from this meeting? How did you find out about this meeting?
In TimePad, I just want to practice my English and improve my English because it's very important for me. And I'm enjoying English.
Excellent. How long have you been studying English?
Since school.
Since school, perfect. And any experience with public speaking? Or is this the first?
Now I had experience in library in Bound Square. One time.
One time, okay, perfect. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's meeting. Let's applaud that. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed tonight's events and festivities. I will not take up more of our time. Can someone give me the agenda? Agenda, thank you very much. Because before we begin the workshop, there are a couple of people I would like all of you to meet. We have 3 roles today. The first role will be the thought of the day. It will be a person who will share her opinion and ideas about evaluation. Yes, she will be online. Then we will hear from our dear timer, who will be managing the time today, Bulat. And afterwards, you will meet our Quizmaster, which is the fun part of the meeting. The Quizmaster looks scared, but don't worry. Everything will be okay. Let's begin. And with our thought of the day, please welcome to the digital stage, Olga. Please, let's applaud Olga.
Hello, everyone. Hello, dear fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. And I will be happy to share my thoughts about the main topic of this evening. It's a feedback. Actually, at work, I almost every day I tell managers that feedback is a necessary and daily to use tool for managers. But managers, it's not just a tool for managers, it's for everyone. And if we tell about different contexts of our lives, for example, our I don't know, not just work, not just our job, but actually our different lives.
I think it's one of the experts, no. Why don't you a second? When you're back, you froze for a moment, but you're back, we can hear you again.
Okay, okay. I hope you hear me. No, now is it okay? Okay, yes. And about feedback. Feedback is it's information about our actions of person, people, situations, and of course, it's not just about actions, it's about results and consequences of these actions. And the main situation when we're given feedback, it's first, if we want to correct some behavior, or second, we want to how to say, we want that this person or people should to use such behavior in the future. It's first in the correction, and second to I forgot this word, but we want to continue this action and to do the same things, or kind of this one. And when you give feedback to another person, it's important to follow different principles. For example, providing feedback one-on-one, especially correction feedback. Two sides of feedbacks, it's better to ask this person or these people what the main idea or goals in this behavior or these actions. It's called like two sides of feedback. Also, we need to speak about facts, and it's great to be more specific. And it's great to be timely. That is why to give feedback not just through 1 month or 6 months, but maybe in after some actions, or maybe through 1 day. It's the better things. And it's great if our feedback also looking forward. That is why we can say our person or people what we want to see in the future, what actions we see in the future. And actually, if you want to be be great in feedback, to giving feedback, you can use formula. Tell first what turned out well. It's a first. And second, tell what can be improved and how it can be improved. It's a main idea, main formula, and you can use it. And actually, if we speak about feedback, it's important speaking not just about giving feedback, but actually receiving and how to accept feedback. Oh, yes, I see a red flag. That is why use these points, and let's be our better something of ourselves. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ola. I think we can all go home now. You don't need a masterclass. Ola has explained it in great detail. You stole some of my presentation points as well, so thank you. Means they are very important if more than one person has thought of it. Our next role will be our dear timer. Today, Bulat is keeping the time. Bulat, welcome to the stage.
Today we will have a very interesting and unusual meeting. So we will have a lot of beautiful and interesting, amazing speeches. And so everything will be unexpected. Same for me. I was assigned unexpectedly as a timer. So I would like to I didn't prepare any speeches. That is why I will explain all the rules which is related to timers. So actually, I will follow up time of your speech. Then I will give you signals when you will have a you will reach your time limit. It will be green color. Then when you will reach, when you will exceed your minimum time limit, I will show a yellow card. Then when your time will be finished, I will show you red one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Then, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope everyone is clear on the rules. When you see red, you go back to your seat. Yeah, we're watching you, including me, including me as well. We have one more role before we begin our evaluation workshop, and this is the quiz master. Please welcome to the stage, Daniel.
Oh, the parade of unexpected roles continues. This was great. But still, I'm very glad I got this role because it's the best role actually. And I have 3 reasons why actually. Because the first I actually wrote it down. Guys, you can participate without any stress. You don't have to get on the stage, you don't have to look at it. You can participate from the where you are actually, from your seat. And that's for everyone. You don't have to be the club member or whatever. So everybody who is in this room is invited to participate. And the third, no money, no money, no honey. Forget about it. I bought the seats for you. And all you have to do is to just answer the questions. I will ask you in the end. And today, it's Chinese New Year, right?
Yes, correct.
So we have many reasons to celebrate. So please be attentive. It's gonna be the after party, maybe with the tea, so the seats will be right. Perfect for that. Okay, well, good luck, everyone.
Thank you very much. So now you know you must stay until the end to get the sweets, because the quiz will happen right at the end of the session. Online audience, you can also participate in the quiz, and we will keep the sweets for you until next time. Don't worry, I will guard them. I think we are all ready to begin the main part of our, I was going to say lesson. This is the teacher in me coming out of our workshop today. Please, can you launch the first PowerPoint, the Google slide one, and share it for the Zoom, share screen for the Zoom people. For the online audience, please excuse me. For the online audience, my apologies. While we get the presentation, we will start with a little activity. So while we're getting the presentation up, I want you to think about something that you're wearing, maybe your hair, maybe your jewelry, and change one thing about your current appearance. So it can be anything. It can be your earrings, it can be your watch, it can be your jacket. Maybe you remove something, not too much. Okay. Maybe you put something on. And
How much you remove?
that's your decision. That is completely your decision. And once, okay, let's have 1 minute. Change something about your appearance. Don't look at other people. Good, do it now. Change something. Online audience as well. Maybe you can turn off your camera, change something about your appearance, and then come back online. Did you share the presentation for the for the Zoom audience so they can see it as well? Share screen. Did everyone change? Everyone's still changing. Okay, good. Yes, perfect. Okay, very nice. Everyone's ready. I see. Okay, very, very nice. I would like to. Wait. Maybe we'll see later. How many of us are here? Okay, now find someone in the room that's the furthest away from you. For example, Shadi and Tanya, they're furthest away. Go speak to each other. Stand up, go on, come on, and go speak to each other. Find someone who is the furthest away from you. Go. And try to identify what is different. Try to find what is different. Try to find what it is. Alina, nice to meet you. Sit down. Okay. We have one person on the stage here. Do you see anything different about Anya right now? Excellent observation skills. Very nice. Do you see any different about me? No scar. Okay, thank you. Online audience, let's have the pictures of, so we can see them as well. Can we see the pictures of the online audience, please? What can we see?
Oh, Olga is
Olga has 3 hats. 3 hats. Very nice. Welcome. Come in. Please come in. Sit down. Yes, Olga has 3 heads. Anything different about Daniel?
Yeah.
Did you take your glasses off? Someone in the audience says. Yes. Okay. Excellent observation skills, everyone. So let me ask you a question. First and foremost, an evaluation is a what? What is an evaluation?
noticing the difference. Oh, no, not the difference, but
Feedback?
yeah, noticing something.
Noticing the difference, noticing something. An evaluation is first and foremost an observation, noticing something about the person on the stage. And when you evaluate, you put up a mirror to the speaker, you reflect back what you noticed, what your impression of their speech. This is the core of an evaluation. Because most of the time, as a speaker, what do you feel when you come on stage? As a speaker?
Nervousness.
Nervousness? Anxiety? Anything else? Just, it's all nervousness and anxiety. Fear. Okay, a lot of, shyness, nervousness, anxiety, fear, a lot of these feelings cloud our judgment. Let me tell you, my first experience on stage, I could not see the faces. The faces of people were blurred. I couldn't see the eye contact. I couldn't keep the eye contact. So I could not tell the difference. Did people enjoy my speech? Did they think I was an idiot? I could not observe myself from another perspective. An evaluator can. So the point of an evaluation is to give a speaker a different view. If you can see in the pictures, a different view, a different perspective of how their speech comes across. This is your main job as an evaluator. Now, what can you focus on? There are 5 categories of a speech or a speaker's behavior on stage that you can focus on. Can anyone give me an example of a category we focus on? Confidence. Body language, very nice. Give me an example of body language.
How we express with our hands.
How we use, yes, okay, gestures. Another example.
Goals.
Goals. Object.
Goals, voice,
Content.
content. Anything else?
Appropriate.
Eye
contact.
Okay, lots of different examples.
Interaction with the audience.
Yes, okay. but I think you almost named all of them. Here are our 5 categories, the main categories: vocal variety, body language, that was our first one, spoken language. I know that says spoke, but maybe I meant it. Maybe that was on purpose. Spoken language, audience awareness, and speech value. These are the 5 categories that you evaluate a speaker on. Inside those categories, yes, there are small, different elements that we focus on when we give an evaluation. Vocal variety is not just about the changes in your speech. It's also things like pauses. It's the change of volume, the change of speed, how fast you speak, how slowly you speak, what do you stress? Body language, yes, we have our gestures, our eye contact. It's also movement on stage. This is another thing that you can focus on. It also can be interaction with the audience, such as a handshake. This is also body language. Spoken language. This is the vocabulary we use. Fillers are favorites. Can you give me some examples of filler words?
Well,
So,
Yes, okay. Lots of options of fillers. But it's also metaphors, analogies. This is what you can pay attention to. Did the speaker use a very vivid analogy so that you can see the picture in your mind? Did they compare their idea to something relevant to you? Audience awareness. Now, this is a point that we often miss. What is audience awareness?
How you communicate with the audience.
How you communicate with the audience. Also, what happens if someone comes in during your speech? What do? And a person comes in, continue speaking. Anything else?
Ask them to find a seat.
You can ask them to enter and find a seat. You always see people in the door like, can I come in? Do I not come in? What do I do? You control, the speaker controls the stage. An evaluator, you can tell them, this is what they can do here. You control the stage as a speaker. This is your home. And finally, speech value, of course. A common question, what is in it for me? If you are speaking to an audience, what is the value you're giving to the audience? This is another category that we need to focus on as evaluators. Okay, now that we have our categories, let's get into the interesting part. How do you actually give your feedback? This is what we will do and practice today. How to give actionable advice. What is the difference between constructive and not constructive feedback? And finally, some different structures, ways you can take notes and how you can structure your evaluation. Now, let's begin with some actionable advice. Imagine you build a house with your bare hands. And then you invite your best friend to come over and see this house. You're very excited about your new house. Your friend comes and they say, you need to fix your house. What? Where? What's the problem? Is it the floor? Is the roof leaking? Is there a problem in my kitchen? What do I do? You see the problem? Yeah. You have no idea where to begin. What if your friend comes and says, listen, in your kitchen, the roof is leaking. I think you can either put a bucket under it, maybe you can call a repairman, but you have a problem in your kitchen, in the roof. Specific concrete examples. You know exactly what you need to do. Same applies with a speech. We need to pinpoint the specific area in a speech and then give a feedback about that specific area. So the speaker can improve and change. They know exactly what to do. For example, you can use phrases like, when you said the metaphor about the house, I don't know what you were talking, I didn't understand what you were talking about, for example. In your conclusion, you said this. This is how I interpreted it. So choose a specific point in the presentation or in the speech and guide your speaker to this important point. Next, when you have chosen the specific point in the speech, what do you need to do? You need to tell the speaker about it, but better show, don't tell, show the point, show the specific area that they need to improve, and show your advice, demonstrate it. Let's imagine the speaker used bad eye contact, or they didn't keep eye contact with the audience. What you can do as an evaluator, you can demonstrate what bad contact looks like, or you can demonstrate what good, what good eye contact looks like. You can go up and stare a person in the face, make someone feel very uncomfortable, and show you, the person you're evaluating, this is not what you do. Show, don't tell. You can also ask the audience what they felt, because as an evaluator, you are representing the audience. If you come on stage and you want to know about the speech value of the speaker, you can say, okay, hi, the audience, did you understand that today's workshop is about evaluation and not about building houses? Hands up who thought it was about building houses. Hands up who thought it was about evaluation. So you thank you. Awesome. One person knows it's about evaluation. This is how you can show the speaker the audience's reaction, how the audience connects with their message. Show, don't tell. When you achieved that, you give your feedback. Nice and simple. The last stage is actually give the comments that will help the speaker improve. This section brings us to the different types of comments we can give. There is, don't worry, you will get all these slides, so you don't need to spend your time reading everything. You will receive all of this. So there's different types of comments. There is constructive and not constructive feedback. What is an example of not constructive feedback? Go on, what is an example of not constructive feedback? Can someone give me another one?
You were standing like a statue.
Oh, that's such a terrible answer, Martin.
That's right.
Why? How can you come up with such a bad answer? I hope you know, I'm joking. This is an example of non-constructive feedback from me. How did you feel when I said that?
Very well. I wasn't expecting.
When someone tells you feedback like you're monotone, you're boring, how did you come up with this? This is so obvious, this is so bad. The way you talked was so monotone. It's not constructive. It doesn't help us to change. What do you think, Marcina? Don't worry, this time I will be nice. How do you think we can change this sentence to make it more constructive?
No, you can say maybe you should change your maybe you should change the way, well, maybe you should make you should work a little bit more with your vocal variety.
Yeah.
Using more poses, making more conversational with the people. That will help you not to make it monotone and to have conversation to change. That will change also the tone of the speech.
Amazing, exactly. So very detailed feedback, the actionable steps, what you can do to change. Another example, who else wants to try to change this sentence to a positive, not positive, constructive criticism? Any other? Online maybe? Do you want to try? I hope you can see the sentence. Daniel, Ola, do you want to try to change the sentence to a more constructive? Vaisa?
Sorry, yeah. It was very hard to follow the plan of your story due to the voice being very monotone and hard to grasp what you wanted to accent in your speech. I don't know, maybe.
So you share your impression, exactly. It was hard to grasp because of the tone of your voice, because of the monotone. Excellent. Another, it pinpoints and it gives an impression of the experience. Here's another example. Your tone stayed the same throughout, which made it hard to stay focused. Practice varying your volume and emphasizing keywords to make your delivery more dynamic. So again, you see, it doesn't tell the person that they are a bad individual, that they did something bad. It's just that particular experience. There is another type of not a constructive feedback.
Positive, but not specific.
Yes. What is the problem, Louder?
Doesn't tell anything.
It doesn't tell anything. It doesn't tell us
That's
anything.
specific.
There's no any value.
Too good to be true. No value. Doesn't tell us anything. Who wants to try to change this one to something more constructive?
Your speech was engaging.
What's that?
Okay, one person, and then Bolat, you want to try?
I think you should have some argument why it was great.
Have some argument why it was great. Yes, Vaisa, was it you online?
Yeah, I want to say that the speech was engaging and kept our attention. We didn't lose the train of thought.
Okay, kept the attention, didn't lose the train of thought. Anyone else want to try? One last one?
You say the speech was great, but.
But
No.
speech was great, but
Is off topic allowed?
off topic.
Yes.
Not allowed.
Not as long as it's not politics, religion. or
Well, when I was working with the editors,
Mhm.
they had instructions, but to say everything is okay.
I cannot say.
According to the rules, to the instructions, find three minuses, 3 weak points.
Okay,
But to
you cannot say it's okay.
everything is okay.
Mhm. Okay, so one suggestion from the audience is it is banned to say everything is okay. So apparently it was great, but it is a good option. Let's have a look at the option we had here. You used clear examples, you explained your points, your enthusiasm kept the audience engaged. I especially liked. Instead of it was great, I especially liked. And that's where you give your specific examples, specific points. And now we are going to do a little practice. I will divide you into 6 groups. Audience online, there's 3 of you, so that's perfect. I think we can put you in, do you know how to do breakout rooms in Zoom? One second.
Sorry?
Мы их можем в комнату отдельно отвести? Okay, while our technician works out, I will separate you guys into 5 groups online. You wait, you will be one group, okay? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, I don't know, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one, you are together. Number 2, if you are number 1.
I'm number 1.
Who is number 1? Hands up. Okay, I'm gonna do it once again. Remember your number. Remember your number. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, you are together. Number 2, find your number 2s. Number 2, go on.
Where's number 1?
Number 1. Number 2.
Number 3.
Number 2.
Number one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, number two.
Can you ask, guys, can you go to the breakout room?
No.
Can you see?
What's the task? We haven't heard the task yet.
Number two is right there.
What?
Danya, can you accept to go to the breakout room? Yes. Я им забыла.
So
I will tell you the task. Yes.
Hello, you're number 2.
Okay.
Now we're together.
You found your group? Everyone
Yeah.
found your group? Here is your sentence. Change it to a constructive criticism. Group 1 is group 1, group 2 is group 2. А я им забыла.
Speech was boring.
Да.
We should make it constructive.
So we should make conversation about topic.
So we should like figure out the constructive feedback. Yeah? Okay, we can say that your tone was monotonous. It was hard to remember all the ideas. To be more specific, maybe the feedback. Our second group.
Okay, I will join please.
Okay. So we have your speech was boring.
Okay, so do we have to make a evaluation at the present time? What we
We should make a constructive feedback.
construct? Not
So
construct.
this one is not constructive. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so we should create some argument why it was not boring.
For example, we can say that your speech had one tone, and it's better to use vocal variety to engage the audience, probably.
Yeah, it's very good idea.
1 minute.
We can say that your speech was without exactly defined objectives.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, probably.
On another hand, what does it mean boring? Boring, it means that it's related to tone.
It's not engaging.
Yeah.
So you don't have this connection
Yeah,
with,
yeah, connection.
with the speech.
So without the objectives, I think it's not related. I think rest of time,
Maybe it should be something about connecting with the audience, body language,
30 seconds.
Yeah.
interesting ideas. And grabbing attention. Now, here we have an example of another constructive feedback. So it's bad feedback. And we should rephrase it in a good feedback.
Okay, 10 seconds. 10.
So we should be like,
9.
we should interact more with the audience. Do not make it boring.
5, 6, 5. 4.
Re-generate.
3.
Yeah, specific details.
And 1. Okay, you can sit down in your groups, together with your groups. Sit down.
So where we can see.
Everyone.
Together.
That's great.
They will be back. Okay.
Oh, it's you.
Group 1. You had great body language. Do you have some examples for constructive criticism?
No, actually, I was saying that when a person can deliver a speech in two ways, by voice, by body language. If you actually shut your mouth and you can deliver your speech. Now imagine if you can deliver your speech with your gesture, with your body language. I mean, you won't understand anything. But imagine if you could do that, and people would understand 50% of what you're saying.
Like Charlie Chaplin.
Something like that. You eventually, you are using a great body language. That's for me.
Okay, yeah. I think that's a very useful comment. If people can understand 50% of your speech without any words, that's great body language. Any more examples from your group?
Well, I can add that body language is also your face muscles. So using your face expressions also helps the audience to understand you. For example, if you make a joke on a stage and you laugh, the audience will understand that they might laugh too, even if it's a bad joke.
Okay, manipulate your audience.
Manipulate your audience. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Any more comments you want to share, or do we want to continue? We can move on. What group are you?
I'm wondering about the people online.
Wondering about the people online. Bulat,
Yeah.
the people online. I see there's only Danya.
Close the room. And they'll.
Which he did
I
close the
already
room.
closed.
Yes, he did close the room. Can you go back to Zoom? Some technical problems is another comment you can make as an evaluator. How the speaker on stage handled technical difficulties during their speech. That's another point of evaluation. And let me just check my phone because they might have messaged me. No one messaged. They're not lost. Maybe they just ran away. Maybe they didn't want to answer. Maybe they just ran away. Next group. Does anyone want to go next?
Yes, we can.
Number, third group. Okay. Do you
Okay.
do you remember your
That's
really hard.
presentation.
Here, we're not lost. We're listening to you. We're here.
Thank you. Thank you. They're not lost. They are here.
So
Very good.
we believe that we can start with the statement like, I quite enjoyed your presentation. However, if I understand right, presentation, it means slides, right? It's not a speech.
Both is both.
Both, okay. So we quite enjoyed your presentation, but, or however,
We would recommend you to match the topic of the presentation and the visual content. Yeah, align it, match it, absolutely. Excellent. Okay, that was, we have group 1, group 3.
it's three, it was three.
Yes, we have group 1, group 3, the laughing group. We'll go with you. Your turn next. Group 4. Let's go to group 4. Again, you will receive the slides. You can look at the examples. Group 4.
Yeah, right. In my opinion, the speech was boring, and I would recommend the person, I wouldn't say it was boring, I said that we really enjoyed the speech. To think about the audience, to consider what topics might be interesting for them, and choose the topic more engaging to the audience. So
Speech to the audience.
Change the audience.
Change the audience. Change. Okay, very nice. Any more comments from you guys? It's okay if not.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. Online, let's hear from your group. I believe you guys were number 6 and the clicker doesn't work anymore. Can you change the slide 2 times, please? No, 4 times, please. Online, who will speak from you? Danya?
I was offered that pleasure.
Yep, you can begin.
Our not constructive feedback was your slides were ugly and confusing, and our proposed wording is the following. You did present a lot of information in your presentation. However, I personally wasn't able to follow a particular structure, and therefore it made it very difficult to follow your key message. Perhaps next time you could select the facts that you would like to present. Sometimes less is more, and also follow a much more organized structure that would make it easier to follow, and your message will come much better across.
Okay, very actionable, very specific. And we have an audience applause. Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing. We have 2 more groups. You guys, yes, number 5? Number 5. No, yeah, back. Okay, it's working now. Okay.
Prepare enough. You demonstrated some preparation, but that was not enough.
That was not enough.
No. You should pay more attention to precise details in the beginning, conclusion, but especially in the main one. That's my favorite.
So there was
Make your transition better understandable for the audience. Use descriptive language. You have a very nice language. Use descriptive one. Expand your vocabulary. Add some personal examples, please. And use props. That makes for vivid. For your speech to be vivid.
Yes, okay, again, actionable steps, very specific examples. Thank you very much. Yes, I see the red. Let's have group 2.
Okay, yeah, from group 2. Okay, I can start. You can add some comments. So we had non-constructive feedback. Your speech was boring. We should not say that, like something like this. And I would say that the speaker should be working more on body language to interact with the audience. Maybe also to work on vocal variety, have some pauses, raise the voice sometimes when it's needed. And maybe as an option, we can add something about the content. The speaker may add something that the listeners can relate to him, so they can get more engaged.
Something listeners can relate to. Another point?
More effective presentation.
More effective presentation. Presentation as in picture or presentation?
Picture.
Okay, more effective presentation. I wonder if that's a comment towards me. Any more comments from group 2?
Be more emotional, maybe, and more free.
Okay, show more emotions, be more free on stage. Excellent. Okay, very constructive feedback. We are running very short on time. Please go back to your seats. If you want to stay, you can, but if you want to go back, go back. In a moment, you will hear 2 speeches and you will all evaluate them. Before we begin our speeches, how can you take notes for your evaluation? How can you structure your notes? This is one example. You can just write the ideas out as you hear them. For example, great energy and passion right from the beginning. Good use of humor. Maybe the person started with a joke. So you just write your ideas as you hear them. And then you put a little plus for positive comments. You put a little minus for a constructive comment. And you structure it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the order that you want to share it with the audience. That's one example of a structure. Another example is a T-chart, a very common, just a strengths and improvements table. That's it, nice and simple. A third example is a table like this. You can, as an evaluator, you can write your opening remarks, something that your overall impression of the speech, then separated strengths, areas to improve, suggestions, and then the summary. And finally, your conclusion as an evaluator. 3 options for you. Choose your poison. It is completely your decision. One last thing, if you can find paper, you can make notes because you will be writing down ideas. I have some pens. Where's the red bag? Diamond, please help me. There is some paper in the red bag and some pens that you can give to people if they don't have paper. And you will not, don't worry, I will not make you go up on stage. You can just make notes, the comments. Remember, both positive constructive and improvement constructive.
Who needs a pen?
Who needs a pen? Anyone need a pen?
Everybody needs a pen, right?
I don't think anyone needs a pen.
Yeah.
No,
Everybody's participating, right?
everybody's participating.
I need a pen.
Vasya, I'm sending you a digital pen. Okay. My final comment to you today, again, we're short on time. You can read this when I send it to you. But the main point is when you give feedback, finish on a high. You want to motivate the speaker to go back on stage. I don't care if the speech was terrible, boring, slow. You find something to encourage that speaker. You don't need to tell them their presentation was great, but tell them, well done for going on stage for the first time in your life. You can motivate them by saying, you picked an extremely interesting topic. Research it more next time. This was a great topic. You can find anything to encourage the speaker. So make sure you finish on a high. And with that, we are ready for our first speech today. And I need the agenda again. I know who is the speech is by. The speech will be by our dear Anna Rubinina. The name is very intriguing. I'm very excited to hear the speech. Why New Resolutions Fail. Anna Rubinina, welcome to the stage.
I didn't know that there will be the evaluation.
Surprise!
Audience evaluation. Right. I'll get one. Okay.
When do you need the picture?
Yes, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So it's the end of January. So it's time to speak about our New Year resolutions. Does everyone know what this concept is about? New Year resolutions? Yeah. Okay, good. No need to explain. So it's the end of the month. According to the statistics, 80% of people drop their New Year resolutions by the end of January. So we'll do our own research and find out if it's true. So raise your hand who wrote your New Year resolutions, your goals for the year. Just one person? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Half of them.
Okay, 7. That's 100%. Okay. Who has started implementing them? Okay. Who has dropped? Okay. 2. So that count for 20%? 3. 3. Okay. Okay.
We
So
see you, we see you.
I think the statistics is right. So why? No, in our club, it's the percentage is higher than average people. So you're doing better than other people in the world. Yeah. Yeah, so why? But that's common truth that most of the New Year, most people cannot keep to the New Year resolutions. And I try to find the reason because as for me, for example, I've been trying to lose weight for 10 years already. Every New Year, I write my goal and at the end of the year, I gain 1 more kilo. So I really wanted to know why it happens and is there any science behind it? I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read a lot of articles and I just by a coincidence, I saw one short reels and thought that it would explain very simply the reason. So the reel was about an equation of a change. So it's called the Becker equation. Does anyone heard about it No, so it came from, so this person and some of his colleagues, they were managers for organizations. So this concept is about managing organizations, but we can apply it to our personal goals. So, Bulat, can you pull up my slide? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we need this part. So this is an equation. There are some variables. Do I call it right? I'm bad at maths terms. So we have 3 or 4 variables. So the first thing you need to make the change in your life. So New Year resolutions are about change. The first thing is dissatisfaction with your life, with the current situation. If you are quite happy with what you have, there probably won't be any change. Does everyone understand it? Okay. The second one is vision. So you have to understand and know what you want to achieve. So you have to set the goals. And you should also check if your goals are your own goals, not your parents' goals or your partner's goals. So it's very important to know what you want. Actually, not all people know what they want. They have some dreams, but so not everyone is sure. The third thing is first steps. Some people call it you need a plan. But if you have a plan, the most important thing to make these small steps, to start with something that you can be achievable, that you can actually do. You can, you should see the not some far away goal, but this little achievable steps. Okay, I hope I explained it well. So if we multiply all these 3 things, they should be higher than this thing. So that's the resistance to the change. That's a very natural thing. People don't really want, our bodies don't want any change. So some people have some beliefs, limiting beliefs, and they might not always be aware of them. So you should take into account this thing. And one important thing is that's not summation, that's multiplication. So that means if one of the variables is 0, what's it's going to be 0. Yeah, the result will be negative. Okay, so what I suggest to do some practice, think of one goal and try to evaluate it in terms of this equation. I'll give my example. Okay, the weight is, I think, the easiest one. So let's start with the dissatisfaction. And here comes the most unsettling thing. I'm quite happy with how I look. So I didn't know what to do with this fact. While I was going on the metro today, I was, how can I make this, what is it, figure? No, this thing more higher than 0. One of the ideas was to go to the fitting room and try on some underwear and see the image in the most flattering mirrors. Probably that might help me, but I'm not sure about it. So I don't know. Any ideas you can give me in the break? So, but we shouldn't stop here. Probably if it's a little bit higher than 0, I can make high the other things. So vision. I think I can imagine myself being lean and strong, and I'm quite sure that I'll be much more healthier if I lose some kilos. The first steps, I've already started doing that. So I started really slow, taking 2-hour walks every day. Yes, and also I started paying more attention to what I eat and how often I eat. Often, yes, and it was important for me because I used to eat just once a day, and it's not very healthy.
Well.
At night.
And maybe some cakes.
Yeah. I forget to eat during the day. And this thing, resistance. Okay, my body doesn't want to do any exercise. That's yes, the resistance is quite high. And what else? Resistance is high. So I don't know, I had to do something with the distraction to get some results by the end of the year. So I think you were listening to me, right? So you didn't think about your goals, but probably anyone?
I have similar to the goal about lose weight. Yeah, and I faced the challenge, I faced the failing, and every day I'm trying to do this. I'm failing, but I know I will succeed eventually.
Okay, right. Oh, all right. So at home, try to, if you can't get any result, try to find out what's wrong with this, what's wrong with your figures. All right. So, this today is the first day of the Chinese New Year. Who hasn't written those who haven't written their New Year resolutions have the opportunity to do it today. And now you have more knowledge how to do it right. And I believe that you will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was our first speech. I hope you remember the categories. We had vocal variety, body language, the categories to evaluate the speaker on for people that came in late. The 5 categories were vocal variety, body language, speech value, audience awareness, and spoken language as well. Those were the 5 categories you can focus on when you're evaluating the speaker. And we have one more speech for you to evaluate today, and then we will take a break. So we have one more speech, and then we go to a little break. The next speaker is Ekaterina Dymova with, wait, hold on a second. Do we have a question from the audience?
We should have a notice, should make a notice. Okay, I will make a notice.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, you will do.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes.
Stage behavior. Yes, because before this speech, some of you will given a special vote.
Ah, yes. Go explain.
Yes, and it should actually, because we are very polite here, we do not interfere, we do not kind of interact with people. But for this particular speech, your role actually is to do that. So be brave, do that. But for newcomers, we do it only for this project. We don't behave usually like this, okay? This is for the training. So
Maybe we can read the objective of the program.
I will explain. This particular speech, the challenge is managing a difficult audience. Some of us will be disrupting the speaker on purpose. Please do not repeat after us. It will be on purpose. That's the objective of the speech, to manage a difficult audience. And this speech is by Ekaterina Dymova, yes. And while we get her presentation up, the name of the speech is Cure of Loneliness. Ekaterina Dymova, Cure of Loneliness.
What did you dream about as a
I
child?
want to be a firefighter.
Anyone? Please repeat it again.
I wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
A detective.
I can see you would like to add something.
An interior designer.
Well, thank you so much.
An astronomer, I want.
Wow.
I wanted to
Thank
blow.
you, thank you so much. As for me, guys, I was dreaming about flying to Mars.
But why to Mars? Why not to sneakers?
Yes, that's a thank you for this question. At the end of the session, we are going to have a Q&A session, and I will explain more. So I was dreaming and thinking about flying to Mars. And this dream led me to the Baumansky University, where I enrolled in the subject of just imagine.
Well, I know where Baumansky is. It's a very nice place to go to, yeah. And a lot of people graduate from that university. You probably know
Did
that.
they go to Mars over there?
By the way, 3 years ago, I visited it. Yes, it was wonderful.
Yes, thank you guys again. I'm going to repeat at the end of the session. I will explain in more details if you left one. Okay. So, and for this reason, I applied in Baumansky University, Moscow State Baumansky University, and the subject was life support for craft, spacecraft. Just imagine what is written in my
How was it?
diploma. In my diploma, yes, I like it very much, and I'm going to explain why. And for the first year, I was proudly told anyone, guys, I am going to be an astronaut.
Wow.
Flying to Mars. Can you imagine?
Did you do it?
Do you,
Yes,
are you going to do it together with Musk?
Okay,
Elon Musk?
I believe that all this audience didn't read the topic. Probably, please, Danya, I would like to ask you to provide the topic and explanation of each role. And for the first year, again, I was proud of it. However, it wasn't going to happen because perestroika happened. And on the advice of my scientific supervisor, I decided to switch to another subject and became a financer. Not romantic. And after university, life got busy, job, family, children, friends, and so on. And I had no time to even think about my dream. But I decided, okay, yeah, only I started thinking about Mars, about my dream, when I found myself in complete isolation, far away from my hometown, in remote country of Australia. And if you look, by the way, at this picture from space, you can see that Australia is red like Mars because of the iron contained in the soil. And for me, it's definitely Mars. So there, in complete isolation, for the first time, I was thinking, well, why Mars attracted me so much? Why so important for me? And I decided, okay, I need to figure it out. And in order to figure it out, I watched a lot of movies related to Mars, which is missions, expeditions to Mars, and read scientific fiction.
Do you read Bradbury about more.
Yes, of course, a little bit later I'm going to notice about it. So, in one of the books, I found a phrase, came across a phrase that touched me deeply. It said, only those who are no longer here, but in the void, can fly into pitch darkness with a calm heart and a steady pulse, and for whom flying into the silent icy unknown only means bringing their spatial position into line with their inner reality. But this phrase, I understood the phrase, this phrase only when I was back to home. When I was back, I started calling my friends, my relatives, my ex-colleagues, asking them to meet. But it was a paradox. The more I met, the lonelier I felt myself. And I was thinking, well, what is going on? I need to find something that can distract me with and feel my inner emptiness inside of me. And I started searching, and I searched and found different activities. Of course, the first it
Dear
was
speaker, but loneliness is good. We're born alone.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Again, at the end of the speech, I'm going to speak a little bit more about what you just said. Could you please mute? It's exactly what I should do. Anything I was trying to feel with anything inner emptiness. And again, it was drawing, it was modeling, rock climbing, and so on. And to be honest, it distracted me for a while, but not completely. Not this inner emptiness and loneliness didn't go away. And I remember one day I was thinking, well, I lost my friend here. Don't want to lose my English. That God knows about it. That was that I learned with all my and sweat. And I eventually found a place where I could practice my English on a regular basis, but also to enjoy this wonderful community. And this particular place that I found, this club of wonderful people, Toastbusters. I came to Toastmasters for English, but found wonderful again, amazing community, amazing constellation of personalities who are extraordinarily talented, who are extremely creative, progressive, proactive. Thank you, you definitely agree. And we are not only have meetings here, we also run marathons, travel together, run and travel at the same time. We read books together. We help each other with different projects. We are masterminds and so on. And also, the most important, personally for me, we help to grow as a personality, not only as a professional people, as a speaker, but also as a personalities. And you can ask, well, Katya, great, what about the flight to Mars? So guys, I have news for you. The flight to Mars is cancelled or postponed indefinitely. Because when I, quite shortly, quite soon, when I came here, I realized, well, that sense of loneliness, that emptiness inside of me just gone. And instead, there was a sense of belonging to this wonderful people, belonging to great community, to this Toastmasters universe. So, in other words, by the way, I forgot completely, any personality here and any member here is a star, really star. And when we get together, and you can notice right now, get together, a real miracle creates, real miracle happens. So, my dear stars, thank you so much for letting me in to this wonderful community. Let us continue to shine, to fill each other with this wonderful light, warm each other and warm people around. And let's remain this one organism in vast Toastmasters universe. Thank you so much.
I think there are any questions. No time for questions. No time for questions. I think that was a very moving speech, at the same time a little bit of advertising and marketing for our club. So thank you very much, Katya.
Right.
If you remember the 5 categories, what were the 5 categories we evaluate on?
Vocal variety.
Body language.
Vocal variety, body language,
Content.
speech value, content, audience awareness, one more. Spoken language, perfect. These are the 5 categories you can evaluate a speaker on. And now we will take a 5-minute break. After the break, we will come back and there will be an evaluation session. Thank you, everyone. 5 minutes, 5-minute break. It's not your evaluation. Everyone, yes. Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes, let's welcome people coming back from the break. Perfect. Okay, I think we are ready for the evaluation session to begin. It will be led by our expert evaluators. They will ask you questions, don't worry. If you want to share your feedback, you can put your hand up. If you don't want to share your feedback, we will make you share your feedback. There's only one option here. Our first evaluator who will lead the session will be Tatiana Gladasheva. Please welcome to the stage. She will evaluate the speech of Anna Rubinina and of course guide you through this evaluation session. I pass the floor to you.
Thank you very much, Valeria, dear fellow Toastmasters, and yes, dear Anna. So let's start the evaluation after such an educative, structured, fun workshop, master workshop. Well, I got so much information that I definitely need your help. So let's start with the 5 categories Valeria mentioned. Let's do 1 to 5. Let's use 1 to 5 scores and give some comments on that. So vocal variety.
3.
Why?
It was monotonous.
It wasn't. I would say it was more. I would give at least 4. 4. 4. 4.
with plus.
Huh?
4 with plus.
Probably. What about gestures and body language?
Remember, in Toastmasters, 5 means perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So
Yes.
4 is very, very good.
But remember the point Valerie brought the first, noticing changes. I've been at Toastmasters for quite some time and I notice your changes. So now you're at the stage of being almost perfect in terms of yourself. So what about gestures, guys? Gestures, body language, 2. I wouldn't give more than 3. First of all, Anna stood at the set. She almost didn't move at the stage. She stood at one place. Then she kept her hands at the very beginning like this. It was no open, dear audience, no open, just what else?
But she explained, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and later on she started using her hands, yes, so what do we do? 2, 4, 3, 2, more?
Yeah.
Okay, I would do 3. Okay, let's do 3. Next, spoken language, vocabulary. What would you say? That was quite good. I enjoyed it. And it was a lot of entertainment in your speech, a lot of interaction.
I should have checked the pronunciation of some words. No, everyone is silent.
Everyone is silent.
Yeah.
Audience.
Parting.
Okay.
What we
Can you
evaluating now?
faster?
What are evaluating now? Sorry.
Like,
Spoken language,
Google it.
like vocabulary. Good understand. That would be better, of course, so don't expect 5. But
I don't think
more adjectives. Good point.
I think the spoken language was affected by the fact that probably a little bit of more practice would have made it more fluent, and even the spoken language would have come out be more clear and more natural in a sense.
More natural, okay, so what do you give Martino? How would you score it?
3.
1 to 5.
I don't like scoring, but
Yes.
it doesn't tell me anything.
Spoken language,
4.
3. 3. Any comments? What you liked, what you didn't like?
We like everything.
That's the not constructive feedback.
That's I like the example gave a lot. That was an example of inconstructive language, unconstructive feedback, like everything. Okay, speech. Let's do 3 and. But what as Martino said, we want more practice.
Make more fluid, you know. Sometimes she was
practice.
stuck because probably she was feeling the train of thoughts, thinking about what to say next.
What about audience awareness? That's what I like the most. That was my favorite part. That was very much close to all of us. And by the way, the objective of Anna's speech is the only one I read from the agenda. I'm not aware of any other objectives. It's to practice the skills needed to connect with unfamiliar audience. And I think this kind of topic was it? It was. And this kind of topic is suitable for pretty much any kind of audience, almost any audience.
It's perfect timing.
I think involvement of many people to this equation would be much interesting because the main purpose of as I understood, the main purpose of the speech was to motivate people to do something based on your speech about the goals. So that is why involving people, giving a couple of examples, 3, 4, let's say 3 examples would be better. It will be involvement of audience to the speech.
So you're trying to say involvement was good, but it was too many people involved, or
I think it should be more.
It should be
Because
even
with
more.
only one example. It's way losing. And so
Mhm.
I think
Okay,
it
a
was
couple of
very good
different
speech because of the purpose of the speech was to motivate people to do something. So if we had a couple of examples when we can try this equation, it would be, I think.
To
it
apply
would
to
be-
someone else.
Yeah.
Besides Anna.
Yeah.
One was Anna's, that was good and we did. And she started with her example, but she could have chosen someone else
Yeah.
and applied this equation to someone else, one point, plus and minus. Okay, and the last one, guys, speech value, how would you evaluate that, the value of the speech? Five.
That was 5.
5?
Yeah, I'll also say 5, that was really good, and I really like that you gave us a really bright, a feeling that we will be happy in the end.
It's a
Yeah, that-
motivation, it's 1 and 0, it's not.
You left us with a hope in our hearts, and that was really nice to feel.
Should take care of any aspect, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, guys.
That's
We ran out of time. Okay, very quick evaluation from myself, but I think we did better than I'm going to do myself, but still. Gestures. I put it as a minus because as I mentioned, you stood, you hold your hands like this, you held your hands like this at the beginning. Introduction to the audience. Very good point. Everybody liked that. You were given 5 for that. It was directly related to the audience. Audience awareness, very good point. Sense of humor, very good. Personal examples, perfect.
Asking questions.
Asking questions. The only point I take off out of my evaluation that you ask a question, the audience, but answer it yourself. That's not really. When you ask who has an example, but you start giving your own example.
One man show.
Okay, so guys, now we have to wish Anna better. What we should in the next speech be better prepared. We want to hear her next speech faster.
Gonna be next month.
And
Next month, perfect. And to grow as a speaker. And it was very nice to hear your speech. Looking forward to your next speech.
Thank you very much, Tatiana. That was our first evaluation. If you remember, the next evaluation will be for Katya's speech. And I would like to welcome to the stage Martina.
Hi, everyone. So, I would say I will start. What do you think is the best thing of out of Katya's speech tonight? What is the best? What do you think is what you're gonna remember after this speech?
Yeah.
Context, like the
story and the message, probably. Yeah, it's like
very similar for me.
Okay.
She made us do it in dream.
It was inspirational.
No.
Inspirational.
Presentation.
The presentation was very good. The slides, they were prepared, and you can see that she put a lot of effort in the presentation. She didn't.
Psychological aspect of it, how to get involvement and be part of the community.
The psychological
The feeling of the belonging to the group.
the belonging, exactly, yeah.
And
Okay.
honesty, she was very honest to share this personal information with us
She-
and true emotion.
That you call us all stars.
Yeah, that was me.
It was like those
You're not sure about that?
And giving visual slides, sharing her personal pictures, so that was great.
Yeah.
We used some aspects of her hobbies, so it's good storytelling.
She put really herself out there, you know, she created, she was her own story. She shared it. It was very, very nice. All right, now something that she could improve, that something that you think she could do better, or even that she did well, but she could do even better. Anything? She could do better. Definitely. Voices. Be more specific, please.
Someone was listening.
Yeah, maybe, what's called vocal variety.
Vocal variety,
Yeah, maybe
higher
something
tone, lower
like that.
tone. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Because I have that problem.
Maybe I can add about bass was like a bit slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I think it was also related to the topic because she was sharing a personal story, so it was very personal and it was very inspirational. So yeah, can be, but personally, I didn't find like that. Anna?
As for the people who were disturbing her, Katya looked rather strict and angry with them. I would, if it's a real situation, I would take it with a smiley face.
I had a different impression. I think she was very polite.
Yeah.
She had a
Yes,
very
it was,
shared
but
point and she explained
We
it.
could feel the
Probably would
anger,
have, that would have been
the
not as
irritation,
polite.
the irritation.
The irritation was
I think
irritated?
it sense the annoyance with the audience.
Well, with these people, anyone would be in them. I challenge you. Online, guys, what do you think? Live. They're frozen. Daniel, are you there?
Wait.
Daniel,
Basia.
Well, for me, it was pretty hard to follow sometimes the structure of the speech. I remember Katya talking about how she dreamed about going to Mars, and then she switched to Toastbusters, and I just lost in that leap, how it did come from Mars to Toastbusters. I mean, I know you guys are out of space, but it was hard for me to still get the grasp.
well, actually, the story for me was very well structured, I would say. But since the next time, pay more attention. Some WhatsApp there, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know what's going on, huh? Anything else? Still have more time? We still have more time?
We don't have more time. You can start your.
We have yeah, we have a 5 minutes.
2 minutes?
Start your evaluation.
Okay, I'll start my evaluation. Okay. Okay, so I need to evaluate the main evaluation that I should deliver is about the interruption, basic because the Katya is going to be evaluated on how she behaved when she got interrupted. And for me, she did great. And I explain why, because she was polite. She used a good tone of voice with interruption. Anyone would be probably upset because of the interruption, because actually they were not at point. They didn't let her finish the sentence, but she explained that what she will do, and she was polite with the people interrupting them. So for me, that's actually completely, you fulfill your you fulfill it perfectly. So, and as for the story, I personally, I think this is the best speech Katya you could deliver. I heard many speech in terms of story, preparation, slides that she prepared. We could see she put a lot of effort in it. And what I like more, the more is the story, because actually she started from the dream. And she actually explained what stayed on their way, what came on their way, the actual challenge that was what was it? Yeah, the perestroika. Perestroika. And how she overcome that. She thought about Mars. Then she went to Australia, but then after Australia, she came at loneliness. Basically, the story was this way. She was up and down, but every time she was exactly explaining how she was overcoming the issue, the challenge that she was having. So actually, that's the main message to me, that people with actions, they can actually overcome challenges. That's why for me, the speech was inspirational and motivational to take actions first. And it was not easy, absolutely, it was not easy at all to deliver such a speech so personal. She shared her life, her challenges, struggles. And that's not easy at all, absolutely. But she could do better. With such a story, probably I'm close with fireworks. So it's such a great speech, but it means the cherry on the cake to me. Probably I would have closed it like with the closing message like, okay, if you feel emptiness, if you feel loneliness, you don't need to go to Mars, but you can come to Toastmasters. Like something like along those lines, like just to you're the president. Well, there could be a best way to close your speech. So all in all, the topic, the story was well structured, interesting. You put yourself out there with this story. Probably work on a little bit on the closing message to make it even more mesmerizing. I don't know if that's the right word. All in all, I saw fantastic progress. And next time you deliver a message, please tell me, because I want to see it, because this is gonna be super fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, I hope you now know a little bit more about giving evaluations. We have just 15 minutes left of this meeting. The last part of the meeting, unfortunately, there will not be a quiz because we don't have time, but there will be a table topics session. And in this session, anyone can participate and try themselves as a speaker. Don't worry, no one will evaluate you. This is just your opportunity to come on stage and practice speaking in public. For this session, I would like to invite to the stage Shadi.
Please turn on the station. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'll keep my introduction short since we are out of time. We are starting the table topic session. So this segment of the meeting is meant to prepare us to get on the stage and to give a short speech responding to a specific question. Can I have the clicker, please? Yeah. So the process of this session is as the following. Members and guests will be called on stage one by one. I'll be reading the question and the person delivers the speech. Here are some key recommendations for those who are here for the first time. So first of all, just listen carefully to the question and try to understand it. If it's hard for you to understand the question, please ask me to repeat. I can elaborate more on the question or try to rephrase it. It's important to have some time to think. If you already have the question, go ahead and say it. But if you have some time, just try to think about structure of a speech that you want to deliver. And finally, just relax and have some fun. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Vlad, could you explain please us?
So you will have a 1 minute for your speech.
1 to 2.
1 to 2, yes. So as soon as you reach 1 minute, I will show you a green card. soon as 1 and 30 seconds, I will show you. Yellow one. 30, yeah, 30. And 2 minutes, it will be red one. I will show you red.
And what do we do when we see red?
So you should finish your speech.
Get furious. Like bulls. Okay. Thank you very much for spending time on rules. So let's go ahead. Oh, okay. So first of all, I'm gonna call an experienced member.
Don't look at me, that's online experience.
Yeah.
Hey, ready to the question, I don't like it.
It's online.
Okay, from online. I know some few experienced members here. Who would like to participate? Maybe Vasilisa or Olga? Daniel? Daniel, would you like to participate?
Sure.
Okay, great. So here is, actually, it's not a question, it's a quote. So criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish immense growth without destroying its roots. Frank Clark. So this is a quote. You can explain how you feel about it, if you are with it or against. So the stage is yours.
Dear Toastmasters, when is the last time you have been criticized?
Today.
Do you remember?
Just now.
How did that feel? I can remember a few times I have been criticized recently. Some of the pieces of feedback that I have received were more constructive than the others. And as far as this quote from Frank A. Clark goes, the quote about the criticism, I certainly agree insofar that criticism as any sort of feedback, I probably would not like to call it criticism, but a constructive feedback with elements of criticism should be designed to make things better, more efficient, more organized. Therefore, if that goal is to be pursued, perhaps it should be gentle enough, and as the originator of the quote clearly states, caring enough, and in that respect also efficient to achieve the goals of that criticism. Therefore, what I would suggest, the next time you have to offer someone your critical remarks, why don't you think about how you felt when you were on the receiving side? And that perhaps will help you to structure your critical opinion in a way that you yourself would like to receive it. Mr. Table Topics Master, back to you.
Thank you, Daniel. I also believe that we should keep the balance in our feedback. And fortunately, today we had this workshop about giving feedback, so we can take this and as in our tools to add them. Okay, now next I'll be calling also a member who would like to participate. Okay. Can I introduce yourself?
My name is Yuri. For those who doesn't know me.
Okay. Hello, Yuri. So your question is, how do you stay motivated to work on your tasks when the rewards are not immediate?
So as far as I know, I have 30 seconds for getting ready. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So I just want to say to myself, I need to keep my new resolutions to beat my briefness in terms of table topic speeches. So, okay, inspiration. So it's such important thing. You can say inspiration is the most important thing in our lives. Second, after optimism. So, okay, just what first comes to my mind. Keep drinking coffee, like I'm doing now. After work, drink grams of cognac. It also keeps you motivated. Well, unfortunately, it's banned to speak Russian because it's not Zlatoust Club. If we were meeting at Zlatoust Club, I would say, what to say, I would reclaim, as far as I know, the verses of my own devoted to cognac and happiness. Well, but unfortunately, it wouldn't be verses if I try to reclaim it in English. So, but okay, so cognac, coffee will certainly keep you motivated if you see if the rewards are intangible or intangible. So now I feel lack of motivation. Even because of that, I've forgotten intangible or intangible. Intangible. Okay.
Thank you for your response. I personally consume coffee every day, so it's a great thing. You can use it to gain energy. Okay, so next I'll be calling maybe a guest who would love to participate.
Yes.
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 Alina?
Okay.
Alina?
You show.
No! Alina,
Introduce yourself.
just a minute.
My name is Dan.
Okay. Welcome back. Okay, your question is about individuality. So in a world dominated by social media, where everyone compares themselves to others, how can we maintain our individuality?
Don't post stories. Just be yourself and doing what you should do, because consistently is important, and don't try to like, I don't know, don't try to. It's hard, sorry. Just be yourself and do what you should do, because not many people like you, and you can't be liked by all world, because every person is individual, and that's it. Speech, and I'm like nervous, and my English not so good as yours. You're very smart, and you definitely elder than me. And,
Pretending.
yes. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Dan. I personally think that it was an amazing speech, and it was a courage for you to get on the stage. So thank you very much.
And that's good feedback.
Okay, now moving on. We need a participant. And
We're gonna have space for
the
two
mem-
more.
two more, okay.
Alina, go, go.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I guess so.
Okay, so it's about mentoring. If you could hire anyone in the world as your mentor, who would it be and why?
Okay, may I start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so hello everybody, my name is Alina, I'm a new girl here, so I feel quite nervous. And that's actually a very interesting question that I got, because I ask myself very often about this question, because I guess it's actually it was in my New Year's resolution that I would like to find a mentor for myself. And that was my New Year's wish, which I hope I will not jinx my luck and I find my mentor. I believe that everybody needs a mentor in our lives. First of all, at the very beginning, it could be your parent or your teacher. Next, it could be a friend, or maybe your partner even. Yeah, and we always find somebody to learn from them, or maybe to teach them by talking or communicate with somebody. And yeah, and answering the question, who I would like to hire as my mentor, that would be somebody I would admire, and I would like to learn something from this person, and I would definitely respect this person for his or her personal qualities. And yeah, I would like to wish to all of you to find your mentor, or if you get one, to keep them or this person closer to yourself. So, guys.
Personally, I would hire Elon Musk, but I wouldn't afford it because it would take so much money.
Everyone is.
Thank you very much for your response. Okay, so now we have the last question. Yeah?
Last question.
Okay, now we're choosing the most interesting one. Okay. I'll be calling anyone who wants to participate.
Last.
Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Who's telling this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. So it's about a message to your younger self. If you could give one piece of feedback to your younger self, what would it be? Stage is yours.
But she's young.
Feedback to my younger self or in general. I could interpret it any way
Yeah. Maybe make some things in the past you wish you really, I don't know.
Maybe it would sound a little bit boring and predictable, but the only thing that I would tell to myself, my younger self, myself right now, is to be not so scared of things when I try it for the first time. Because we do new things almost daily when we have our jobs, we have our hobbies, our relationships, anything. Anything can happen in new ways and you will not be prepared for it, but we still need to just know that everything will be all right anyways. And if you think that something looks very uncomfortable and not in control, you still can figure it out and feel a little bit more calm. Even when you rewatch the videos of your speech and you see a cringe very much, it's still okay. At least my mentor says that to me a lot. She said that no matter how hard it looks right now, after some efforts, after some exercises and tryings, you will eventually get a little bit better, step by step. So what example can I give right here is the one that I remember the most from my childhood, when I finished my 7th grade and I really wanted to go to the Lyceum that had some entering exams and it had math as well. And I couldn't stand this subject at all. I couldn't figure out how to make it, how can I prepare for it and go to this Lyceum. And of course, I was really scared, but I just decided that no matter what happens in the end, I will just have several months of preparation and in the end just say to my mom, yes, I did it. So finally I achieved this goal, and I hope that in these meetings, in this club, not only me, but all of you, if you have some goals related to Toastmasters community, that you will eventually achieve them.
Thank you very much, Aliona. Okay, so today we had 5 speakers, 5 participants, which is great. Now we are finishing this section of table topics because we are short on time, and I'm handing back the stage to the president.
Lovely but short table topic session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, there is a QR code on the agenda where you can vote for the speaker that you liked the most, that you related to the most. You can scan the QR code and vote for the 5 speakers that we had today. And after we vote, I will tell you the results. And no. And I will give the award, that we have an award for best table topic speaker. Okay, we'll have a couple of minutes to vote. I see the results are already coming in, but not everyone, because he has voted. We are almost getting kicked out, but don't worry, we have time for the award. Let me see who it was that you voted for. Everyone finished voting? Online audience? I put the voting link in the Telegram channel, and Dania, I sent it to you directly because I don't think you are in our Telegram channel. Okay, let's see. Oh, we do have one clear winner. Who will it be? Are they online? Are they here in the room? It was Aliona. Table topics practice. Yes, Aliona, congratulations. I have a scan. Well, we have a photo. I present to you best table topics. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's chaotic evening, and next time we will meet here on the 12th of February for an evaluation contest. We will see some speeches, people will come here and evaluate those speeches, and there will be a table topic session that again, everyone can participate in after the contest as well. Thank you very much. One last thing for us to do is let's take a group photo. Thank you. And online, if you want to be in the photo, you can turn on your cameras. Perfect. Ola, pause. Stay like that. We're just waiting for the camera person. Come on stage. Come on stage, don't be shy. Do not be shy. If you are tall, go to the back. If you are short, go to the front.
You're Italian, go in front.
If you're Italian, sit up on the floor. There's no camera, but you're waiting. So, okay. I'll take a practice. Or Kaito will take a practice one while we wait. Practice. Show us your teeth. Okay, one more. One more. One more.
No honey, no money.
Okay. А, все нормально. Телек тоже вместился, пожалуйста.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys
Okay,
for
take all the rubbish with you.
See you soon.
Thank you, bye.